said heads and tails. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really convoluted way to point out it tastes like ass.
That's pretty good.
It gets no more of our time.
That's it.
Thank you for joining us this week, and welcome to
Bottle Bond. Welcome back to
Bottle Bond.
Here we are, and here we are again.
I think we decided this is going to be a bit of a speed round.
Yeah.
Right. So this is I don't know. This is going to be how fast can we get it done, but rather we're doing this Texas bourbon series.
Yes, we are.
And we're like, hey, this could be a lot of fun. We're going to find a lot of little distilleries. Let's go. Right.
I love it.
So, we were gonna Rochambeau against which bottle. You got one to look at. I got the other.
Yep.
The one I looked at has, not a lot of details, but at least it looks interesting and it's kind of close by.
Yeah.
But then you were looking at the native limited, which, if you were to look for those search terms related to bourbon on the internet, that's not a very refining term set.
It's a problem, man. I was trying to research it, and I'm looking up native whiskey.
Yep.
That comes back with a lot.
Yep.
I look up native distillery.
Yep.
That comes back with a place in North Carolina. Yep. We're doing Texas whiskey.
So we got it down to native limited, Richardson, Texas.
Native Limited from Native Co. in Richardson, Texas.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that brought us to the conclusion that only 3 other people in the world care about this.
That's true. So this is probably Lockwood, actually.
Yeah, so that we think this is Lockwood, but based on the context of this post and the very few comments we got, it sounds like it was potentially such a bad first expression, they chose to rebrand instead of claiming ownership over it. Because if this is from Lockwood, it's not offered in their store.
Nope.
Even though this was purchased at a local store within the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And
this post is 4 years old.
Yeah, this post is 4 years old. Somebody has a whole research dissertation on it.
Yeah.
And it got 2 comments. One is Lockwood is terrible. Don't waste your money. And the other said is the rye is one of the top 3 worst things I've ever put in my mouth.
Yay!
Now, I will
I'm
note...
so excited we're going to try this.
I'm going to note one very key aspect to that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't say one of the worst bourbons I've put in my mouth.
Which is one of the worst things.
Yes.
So
I'm excited, but I want to get this over with. So
I am excited. I will say there's one area that I'm a little nervous, and it's... I lost it. It's gone.
The age statement.
Oh, yeah. We don't often do a bunch of research based on Reddit posts or that sort of a thing. This particular expression does not have a lot of information out about it. It literally just has 90 proof, little tastes of butterscotch, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So no information on the mash bill, any of that. So we find this Reddit post where someone was calling into question whether or not this meets the requirements for age statement in Texas.
Yep.
And that's not what we're talking about today, but, whiskey nerds that we are, we're reading that post and we get down to the bottom.
We get to the point where we're like, all right, so we can narrow this down to a few things, right?
Yeah, we're definitely going to taste it.
It has some information on the bottle.
Yeah.
But just going back to basics, right? We like to read all of the materials that are provided on the bottle.
Correct.
Let me go ahead and do that. Native, limited, select batch, straight bourbon whiskey, 45 alcohol by volume, 90 proof.
So I'm
done. That's it. That's all of the info on the bottle. There's no story. There's no distiller posturing the flavoring.
And all of those words, there's only, 3 that mean anything? Straight, bourbon, and ABV.
Yeah, the Surgeon General's warning has more. Actually, the barcode has more content than the label. So, literally the alcohol by volume, which is redundant with the proofage, and it's a selected batch, not even small batch.
Yep.
It's it takes a meaningless term and it makes it less meaningful.
That's right. They decided that they were concerned about small batch and wanted people to know that they really chose this stuff.
I'm going to rip off the bandage.
Oh, that was good. And well timed as well.
And,
Yep, crack that bottle. Oh, that was a good pop. I mean, I'm excited to see what this is like. So this is a part of our Texas whiskey kind of like focus for a little bit. No, that's a half ounce.
No, look at here, Mr. Pot Kettle earlier.
No, I'm saying like you poured a little pour because you knew.
Yeah. I thought you were getting out at me for the last one where you're like, here's your little one and here's my little one.
No. I'm not gonna give you a hard time for when I decided to be gluttonous.
All right.
I'm gonna
just go straight to it. Not even gonna do the first smell. I'm just gonna give it the best chance it's got.
All right. I'm gonna give it the full taste.
Is there anything in my glass? Oof.
Yep.
Remember the earlier reference to Chance's bathtub bourbon?
Yeah. Oh my God. What? Okay, so let's break this down. So when you smell bourbon, you expect to get a couple of scents. You expect to get vanillas, brown sugars, caramels, that sort of thing, because that is a part of using corn in whiskey, and it's part of like the traditional scent of bourbon.
Yeah, the sugars and stuff caramelized a little bit and give it some scent and flavor.
Yeah, there is none of that in this bourbon.
Right, correct.
There is no caramel, no vanilla, no brown sugar. There is a yeasty smell, like a sourdough starter almost.
Pardon me.
It's not even hard, like super. Oh.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. This is the Soylent Green of bourbon.
Oh.
It's people.
It's people.
Like, it's just... Ugh.
That's not good.
We're not going to vote. I'm going to bypass any conversation.
Yeah.
This is getting a red sticker.
Yeah. Oh, I hate to do it, but God, yeah.
If a lemon had spoiled and got wrapped in cabbage...
Mm-hmm.
Am I wrong?
No.
Is that about right? Is that how you describe it?
I'd say wrapped in cabbage and wet hay.
I'm going to put a red on the cork and on the front, just in case. There should be no mistakes made with this bourbon.
Yeah.
Well, there should be no further mistakes made with this bourbon.
I want it to be good, but it's not. I really was hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, honestly, you know what it tastes like to me? It tastes like they missed the hearts. So when when anyone is bottling whiskey, there's the heads, the tails, and the hearts, right? And basically what happens is the alcohol starts coming out of the still.
Yep.
And the first stuff that comes out of the still is toxic. It's so concentrated alcohol that it will make you blind.
Well, it's the wrong. If it'll make you blind, it's the wrong kind of alcohol. Also,
True, but also like the alcohol that's coming out with it in the heads it can also cause blindness just because of the intensity of the alcohol.
Sure.
And then so eventually the heads wear down and you get to the heart of it, and then on the other side of it the heart wears out, and then you get to the tails. Yeah. Both the heads and the tails are the bad part of whiskey. They're disgusting. And literally, in a distillery, you'll see the head distiller with the hose shooting straight into the trash.
Yep.
And then they'll just move it over to the barrel.
Yep.
And then when they finish the hearts, they'll move it out of the barrel.
So I'm going to call you out in the interest of the speed round. I'm going to call you out and just say that was a very convoluted way. You said heads and tails. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a really convoluted way to point out it tastes like ass.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm going to call it right there. It gets no more of our time.
That's it. To you.
To you, but not this.
No. You know, I'm going to... No, I probably shouldn't.
I'm going to go wash my glass.
Yeah. High five. That was so bad.